The twin Scottish counties of Ross and Cromarty are the home of the seaport and royal borough of Tain. Our postcard today is from Tain Cheese. We're now in the twin county of Ross and Cromarty, known as Ross-shire and Cromartyshire, because I wrote the book, so I know all about that. And you're from Tain?
That's from Tain, yep, that's right. We're just about 30 miles north of the Highland capital, Inverness, just on the south side of the Dornoch Firth. So.
And you obviously have a lot of land in that part of Britain, which you need to fill with cows and sheep and goats.
Anything, yes. There's a lot of nothing up there, but it was traditionally, of course, cattle country, and so every croft had its house cow, and everybody produced their own crowdy as the byproduct and whatever they had left over in milk. So crowdy is where it all started, and that's basically like a cottage cheese, but a slightly sharper, more lemony cottage cheese. And what we've done is we've developed those with adding wild garlic leaf. We've done a double cream cheese, very, very rich. Each one's a little heart grenade for you. And then we've done one called Grudu, which is like it's got peppercorn.
That means black something, doesn't
black
it?
Black crowdy, you see?
Yes.
See that Grant side's coming out.
I know,
now,
the Russell Grant, you see. Me grandpappy from Elgin. He's here with us today.
Looking down.
You know, I remember, Rory, I remember listening once on radio to a series called Crowdy and Cream. There was an old novel written that, and I always wondered. I listened to this for about 24 weeks, and I thought the bloke's name was Crowdy, but obviously what he was doing for 24 weeks was eating cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
Yeah.
Well, we actually did a product called Crowdy and Cream for long enough, and it's just a slightly creamier, slightly smoother Crowdy. Yeah.
Well, let's try these. Take me through these, and how you make them as well.
All right, they're very simple cheeses, really, but the mystical bit is in getting the ingredients in the right proportion. Obviously, like any product, and there's no maturing involved. They're all fresh cheeses, using obviously the freshest products. Now, what we've got here, we've got two. This one starts with it's got a wild garlic leaf in it, and it's rolled in toasted nibbed hazelnuts. So, but it's not so strong. It's not like the clove garlic. It won't stick with you for days. You can still talk to people, and it's not there in your breath.
I can't taste any garlic at all there.
It's very, very mild. And that's wild garlic. It's all healing. It's supposed to do all sorts of good things to you.
Good for the heart. Which is
very good for the heart.
It's basically counteracting the cream.
And then on.
That's too mild for me.
That's too mild for you. And then what we've got here is we've got the pepper cheese, the black crowdy, as you identified, and that's crowdy. A little bit of cream folded in, peppercorns, and some oatmeal. It can have a bit of bite to it, and you know it can actually, if you catch the pepper on the back of the throat, it'll stop you talking. Do you like that?
I do like that one very much.
Now, I would have given you some of the double cream one, but I know that it's not very fair to ask you to eat some of that, so I'm going to hold it back.
I think you should. But how different is it to the other two?
It's very, very mild. It's very, very buttery, and it's rolled in pinhead oatmeal.
Right.
But it's a very, very mild product.
This, with the black pepper.
You like that?
I think that's delicious. Absolutely. For me, I'm garlic crazy. I would pour a whole, 46 cloves in probably one corner of that. But is there anything else in Ross-shire that you've got sort of ambitions to do?
Well, you see, just in fact, slightly further up the coast, you've got Glenmorangie Distillery, and I always hoped that I'd get born into that family, but it just didn't work that way, I'm afraid. So I'm destined to eat cheese. But there are always new products, there are always things that we could be developing. The thing is to try and not to be too gimmicky, and to try and come up with some really original new ideas, rather than just taking the one product and constantly trying it with different herbs or different coverings. We want to try and source out some really new cheeses. And now I think Scotland, as Ireland, as the whole of the country, beginning to develop a cheese industry that produces a stable, good product, there's consistency there, and people are really starting to buy it. We're becoming foodie